Where are we up to? 9:30. Oh god, I would really like at least one of the materials, like the quantum chips, to be ready to go by the end of this session. But we're 2.5 hours in, and there's work in the morning. We'll go a little bit longer. We'll see how far we can get. Right. What's first? Probably sulfuric acid, I think. Again, let's just follow down the rabbit hole. So we need these, we need casimir crystals, and we need graphene. So first sulfuric acid, then graphene. So let's just do the same thing again, but this time let's make sure we restock on some fuel. I'll take some extra. Okay, how are we doing for materials? Actually got no steel, so let's collect a little bit of that while we're over here. Steel, there you are. 2 stacks of you. Everything else we're kind of good for, though. Actually, stone, we're a little bit lacking, so grab a couple of stacks of that too. Cool. Graphene. No, sulfuric acid. Sorry. In fact, we may as well rip off both while we're over here. Yeah, this sulfuric acid depot has always been more than good enough. Oh, has it? Why is... What's missing? Oh, this is all backed up because we've got way too much hydrogen. Way too much. Oof. There's the one only thing that we can really do is increase capacity. Make sure everything keeps moving, because we were essentially completely out of oil. Ooh, that's not good. There was no plastic there, then they weren't producing titanium crystals here. They weren't producing titanium crystals, they weren't producing yellow cubes. So yellow cubes, oh, do you know what, we've got almost 1.5 boxes full of them, so I'm really not going to worry about that. In fact, if anything, I'm going to roll that back a little bit so that some of these things start to accumulate rather than just go straight out the door. Anyway, as I was trying to say before I got sidetracked with the fact that there was no supplies coming in, this has been overproducing for us. Like, it used very little sulfuric acid, to be fair. We've started using a little bit more since I doubled the graphene facilities, but this is probably overkill. So I'm going to trim it back to just 4 for our blueprint. Now, which 4 am I going to take? The ones that look prettiest. So these 4 at the end here, I think. So 0, new blueprint, and we want anything in 2, 3, 4. Yeah, anything in that zone. So just check. Yeah, it seems to have all of the important bits. Cool. So let's name it sulfuric acid and take blueprint. And the other one that we needed to copy was the graphene, which is this facility here. Again, I imagine that we're going to have some problems when placing them down because of the orientation of them. Well, unfortunately, there's just not much we can do about that. We've just got to live with it and then fix things as best we can, because it sure as hell beats having to do the entire thing by hand. Add those in as well. All the sorters, all the facilities. Is that going to be enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it should be fine. I mean, that one's... Oh, in fact, that one's slightly bigger, and it's actually not all skew. Quit. Let's do that again, but use the other facility. A little bit more elegant. That got the belts. Yeah, looks like it has now. Okay, cool. Let's call that graphene. Save blueprint. Done. And I probably overshot everything again because I wasn't really looking where I was going. Yeah, I just went completely the wrong direction. Over this way. Right. Let's see. Let's see. So, all the titanium crystals, that's fine. So it's the graphene now. Graphene requires, let's look at the sulfuric acid first. Sulfuric acid needs oil, stone, and water. Stone we have here. We'll probably feed it down. Water we've got here. And oil is over here. And have these emptied? Yeah, it looks like they have actually. Let's quickly get rid of that. And that. So where do we want it? Right, I think that works. Good. And we'll just upgrade that as well. Ooh, do you know what? That oil is almost full. Need to get using it. Yeah, probably went a bit overkill with the oil production, to be fair. What we've got 36 refineries. Probably a bit overkill, but we're never gonna have to worry about it again, at least. One thing I will do, but I'm going to need to build more storage tanks first. The thing I will do is prepare an overflow. and we'll do a ridiculous bridge from the top. Ah, what? Conveyor belt cannot enter directly. Please use a sorter to connect. Can't read it because the text is white. Please use a sorter to convert belt and building. Not sure why it's asking me to do that. Collides with another object. So if I just move this back one, perhaps. So just try and remember where it is along that line. We want it to go. Oh, let's move it back too. Just be on the safe side. Let's see if that works. Collides with another object still. So fiddly getting these elevated conveyors in the right place. Oh, don't be fiddly. There we go. Got it eventually. Oh. But it doesn't actually act as a proper conveyor. I thought it did. I know, like, you, for example, the normal cargo boxes you can use like that, where you kind of like stack different levels together. But apparently not with liquid storage. That's a shame. Huh. Case. Don't really know. Suppose what we'll have to do instead then. Is if we stop that for a second. Delete all that out. We'll have to delete that for a second as well and do a bridge. And just delete those for a minute. All right, how do we bridge this? Not like that. Do that for now. And we can just try and snake this round. It works. That's all I'm bothered about. We have doubled the capacity. We just had to do a little bit of a fiddly mess to actually get it sorted. At least it's not going to get blocked up now. I think we've got to do the exact same thing with the hydrogen by the looks of it. All working. Oh, of course, I had to chop that off earlier. So, where do we put that in? Oh, good God, this is getting less and less elegant. The more I mess. Okay, we're going to have to delete that momentarily. Right, that's all functioning again now. Hallelujah. Double capacity on storage. Right, back to the task at hand. What was the task at hand? Got sulfuric acid. It was not graphene. Yeah, it was graphene. Yeah, so sulfuric acid and graphene. That was what we were doing. So we've got stone here, we've got water here, and oil we can bring in somewhere, from somewhere. We can probably just put a splitter on that line there because it's not moving very fast. So let's do that now. That's probably want to keep this elevated. And then and bring it down. Right. So we've got the oil ready. We need to get some stone dug up. Less than conveniently located. That's kind of a good thoroughfare. I don't really want it blocked up by miners. Is there... No, not really. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Gotta work with the facilities it's provided us with. Hey, we've got oil, we've got stone, we just need the water. Got a couple of water pumps going. Oops. Okay, so I've got the 3 inputs. One's here, the other's here. So we'll have that coming down through the middle, and then that coming up through the middle, and that coming up through the middle. So we're going to have to do some fiddling around with the blueprint as it's given it to us. And I've got a feeling this is going to be oriented the wrong way. Yep. Mind you, that gives us more space to work with. It could be better, it could be worse. Yeah, I'm just going to move those water things. We'll put them back in somewhere where they make more sense after I've got the blueprint down. Ah, come on, click. Right, so these are all the inputs, aren't they? Yeah. Why is it not building those? They're like T1s or something? They look to be T2s. Surely we're not out. Yep, only got T3s. Okay. Well, that makes an easy decision. Let's just rip all of this out. And T3s. Which way do we want them coming out, actually? Probably over this way, and we'll have the sulphuric acid tank there. So... but the inputs are there. Maybe have the tank here. No, we'll figure that out once I've got the inputs going in. Okay, we'll have you going in on the middle. We'll have the water stuff just popped in there. And stone, it's got a long way to travel. And do you know what? That water's not really being fully utilised as is, so it makes sense to rip that out, throw in a splitter. In you go, in you go, and in you go. And what is that? It's a Mark 1 sorter, which is why it's throwing up. Oh, I wish there was a Control Z function. Never mind. Not the worst thing in the world. Once again, better than having to do all of this from scratch. Just copy and paste. Right, let's go F5. And fixed. So just power. Ah, they must also be Mark 1s. This need replacing. Oh, god damn it. I'm more careful when I'm clicking. You know what? Just leave them as ghosts. I don't care. Oh, good lord. Right, there we go. Oh no. Still some. Get rid of it then. No, just get rid of it. Why are these? Okay, they are producing. Good. Right, it is going to take a large amount of time for the sulfuric acid to accumulate, but as I said, we don't tend to use a lot of it anyway, so meh, it's neither here nor there. See if I can. Oh, that's handy. Never knew you could do that. I want to try and. Okay, there we go. It did work. Okay, good. Sulfuric acid done. Graphene next. So let's just have a quick look at facility and see how big it is. Yeah, it's really big. And it won't go in at any convenient locations. Isn't that swell? Oh, this one will allow me to flip. That's good. Areas are divided by tropic lines. Why should that matter? Who cares? I don't care. Why is the game making it a problem? I think I might just about be able to get that to fit in. It's difficult to tell. Can't really tell what's going which way, you know. So that's the output going that way. Those are the two but the two inputs are going to be blocked off by that, which is the problem. Actually, not necessarily. Screw it. Go ahead, get that built. We can make adjustments. And once again, we've got the problem of incorrect tier of items. And it won't let me mass delete a. Oh yeah, it will. There we go. It just wasn't clicking on it. Good. Let's just mass delete that. And also that. So we'll redo these because being fiddly. Do you know what? I might even be able to move those two facilities in a little bit, and then that gives us a bit more space to work with for the inputs. But if I can do that with these two, then I can do that with the next two as well. Let's see. How closely packed will it let me get? That's better. That's definitely better, but we need one more, so we can do the same thing with these two. And just squish the facilities together a little bit. Again, it's much better than having to do all of this from the get-go. Just having to kind of make little adjustments, which I can live with. Okay, that's now got enough room for two lines to come in there. So that works perfectly. Let's go ahead and draw them in. And the output is going to go up around this way. Oh no, that won't work because of the two input lines. But is there just enough room for that? Let's see. One line there, no. Well, I suppose the output can just do a little bridge. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, that should be fine. Hey, in fact, we can probably do do the sulfuric acid input down here, as the tanks are down here. That would make a lot more sense. Done. What's the other thing that the graphene needs? Graphite. Where is the graphite production? Over here somewhere, isn't it? In fact, could do with both of the inputs being down at the bottom end. Yep, over here. So yep, that makes more sense. So let's go ahead and delete all of that. Go that way. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yep, this can go up here. And they'll meet there and container there. Ooh. So I just need to finish all of this off now. I reckon I might just be able to get one of the two items needed for green crystals up and running. Oh, why is everything going haywire? Just cancel that back a little bit. Lovely. Right. Go make sure that everything is functioning correctly. Everything's got a sorter, but apart from the new ones, of course. Let's just fix that. And we've got no inputs. Okay, graphene facility.